Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into newborns again. Build a weapon, one that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into newborns again. the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into newborns again. Build a weapon, one that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into newborns again.
Welcome back to the stage, Qualcomm Technologies Incorporated, Senior Vice President and General Manager Mobile, Alex Katuzian.
Welcome everyone to day 3 of the Snapdragon Tech Summit. Finally a new outfit. I feel like a new man. Okay. I hope you guys had a great day yesterday learning about the details of the Snapdragon 855 mobile platform. We had a lot of good interviews. And yesterday, so over the 2-day period, we had over 200,000 streaming views. Over 200,000. That's 10 times the amount of last year, so over 200,000. And if some particular competitors were watching yesterday and saw the real 5G with all of our partners and demos, and they saw the powerhouse that we have to offer, they probably told themselves, why did I spend all that money in the airport here? I should have saved that. But today, they need to pay particular attention because the always-on, always-connected Windows on Snapdragon PCs are here to stay. And the Super Snapdragons are going to keep rolling out one after the other, making this platform stronger and stronger, relentless. So today we have a jam-packed agenda for you. We have a lot of good partners coming on stage. We have a lot of exciting things to announce. And before we start the show, I'd like to leave you with a very appropriate video. And then after which, Sanjay Mehta, Senior VP and GM of our compute business, are going to come out and start the program. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right, so tell me what's on the agenda.
Our laptops.
Yes, love them. Pick them out myself. You're welcome.
They don't work in the field.
You're fired.
I quit.
Sir, if our laptops could connect anywhere, it would be a game changer.
You mean connect like smartphones?
Yes. Always on, always connected PCs. They're awesome. They run silently. Hold on, I'm just overheating. I'm overheating. So
They put our laptops to shame. They're lighter, don't need fans, they start instantly and have multi-day battery life.
Can you prove that?
Sir, I'm pulling up this... Gosh darn it! The battery died. Do you have a power cable? Yep, Ethernet?
Bring in the Jerry. Is it hot in here?
not really.
Jerry's in. Who needs what? I need air. All right, let's resume, please. Holding for power.
Waiting for internet.
Let her rip, Jerry!
Internet and power flying in!
All right, let's resume, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sanjay Mehta, Senior Vice President of the Compute Products Group. Ni hao, wajia wu sheng jie, gao tong gongsa. And I'd like to welcome you to day 3. Today, we have saved the best for last. we are going to be talking about a couple of things. Let me just walk you through it. First, we're going to talk about what problems we're trying to solve in the industry, why Qualcomm is positioned to solve these problems. Second, we're going to announce a product. We're going to talk about the speeds and feeds. And then thirdly, we're going to hear from our ecosystem partners, several of our ecosystem partners, because we're a technology enabler and ecosystem partners help deliver product to market. So what are they, how are they involved, how are they contributing, as well as proof points that this industry is moving forward. So let's begin. We saw the video, I took a few snaps here, but we're really trying to solve several key pain points in the industry. One is battery power. You know, you want to make sure that you have a thin, light form factor, but these devices currently have fans, they're heavy, they get hot, and also you're carrying around a power cord. They're not connected to the internet, or if they are, you're worried about the security at the airport. So there's many pain points in the industry of what we're trying to solve. And I'd just like to say to you, what do we call an always-on, always-connected PC? I want to make sure everybody in here walks away with what we mean by that. We mean that we go from an industry that has a couple of hours of battery life to multi-day battery life. That we have, it's instantly on. And what does that mean? You know, I'll share a little bit about myself. Every morning I wake up, I turn on my laptop. I then go use the restroom. I come back, and guess what? I type in my corporate VPN password. I go make a pot of coffee. I come back. I'm drinking my coffee, and hopefully, emails have downloaded. My email client is synced. Hopefully, all the security patches have been downloaded. That's not instantly on. That's a 5 to 10 minute routine I do every morning. Well, I don't have to do that anymore. Now I actually go right to work. I think the shareholders like that. But then, of course, it has to have lightning fast speed, LTE and soon to be 5G. And obviously continuously connected that drives the instantly on. And also location aware. There's GPS in these devices. And as I said earlier, thin, quiet, cool form factor devices to make the PC relevant. All right, so what does that experience deliver? What do those use cases deliver? Well, it delivers freedom. Freedom to be connected anywhere, freedom to realize that, hey, your PC is going to work for multiple days, and connected in a secure manner. Whether you're in an airport, whether you're on a train, wherever you are. But the use case also changes. Let me give you another example of the use case changing. So a couple of months ago, by the way, I've used these devices now full time for about the past 4.5, 5 months. And as my predominant device, where I don't even take my legacy laptop with me anymore on business trips or at my home or in the office. And so I'm traveling about 2 months ago, and I checked out of a hotel, but my car was coming in about 8 minutes. 8 minutes, how can I be productive? I'm on a business trip. What did I do? I picked up my cell phone, and I turned it on, and I realized, wow, what am I doing this for? I've got to check email, I've got to do a financial projection, or I've got to comment on a financial projection, I've got to look at the slides, the last of the slides before a customer presentation. I put down my cell phone, I picked up my always-on, always-connected PC, turned it on, I went through the email, I responded to 12 emails in that 7.5 minutes I had remaining. 12 emails. I'm a pretty fast thumb typer. Maybe I would have got to 4, maybe I would have got to 5, especially with attachments, but 12 emails. When you have these now short windows of time, you can be instantly connected to the internet. You don't have to worry about power cords, and it's just instantly on. The use cases and the behavior of people are going to change with these devices. And we've been busy in the last 6 months, as you can see. Our first wave of product, our Snapdragon 835, enabled 3 devices from ASUS, Lenovo, and HP. And then in June of 2018, we announced at Computex the Snapdragon 850 device. And it now has enabled 2 devices. Don't worry, there's more coming. But it's enabled 2 devices from Samsung and Lenovo. And by the way, it's the holiday season. As my kids like to say, Dad, it's better to give than to receive. They're available in carrier channels. They're available in retail and online channels. So feel free to go spend your hard-earned money on these fantastic devices and give the gift of unique experiences, because they exist now, and you can buy them pretty much anywhere in the US. But what one observation is of two platforms from Qualcomm and 5 devices, the pace of innovation is changing. It's changing to a smartphone pace of innovation. And I talked in the beginning about why. Why is Qualcomm in a position to invest in this industry? If you just take a look at the market, the PC industry is sub 200 million. Let's say it's 160 million plus or minus, wherever we end up this year. The handset market is just under 2 billion, just under 2 billion. And so think about the order of magnitude difference in size. So at Qualcomm, we take our core IP in CPU, GPU, modem, audio, display, etc. We take all of that and we are going to adjacent businesses such as auto and other industries, but more pertinent to today, to the compute industry. Why? Because we service a market of 2 billion units per year, and we have the investment capacity to service that and lead in that industry. And that gives us the ability to move on into the PC industry and develop and help develop a new experience, an always-on, always-connected experience to this industry. And so I'd just like to share with you an example of the pace of innovation and investment at Qualcomm. So process node. Recall, we've been investing in process technology for decades at Qualcomm. And in process technology, as most people in this room know, basically it enables the optimization between power and performance in a consumer electronics device. And so, as you can see, in 2008, the chart goes back to 2008, the graphics chipset providers, as well as the PC chipset providers, they led in the process technology. However, our first Snapdragon 835 and 10 nanometer in 2016 led the process technology. And then we continued on and we announced the Snapdragon 850, continuing the leadership in 10 nanometer. And as you heard over the last several days, we introduced 7 nanometer with the Snapdragon 855. Now, we're multiple generations ahead in process technology than the competitor, multiple generations. And it's just an incredible thing. We heard about Moore's Law yesterday from Keith. And our commitment, our engineering commitment, our product team commitment to innovation is incredible. It's relentless. And I want to make that another attribute of Ammon's Law, our commitment to this innovation, the commitment to the PC industry. And today, as we've moved to 7 nanometer, today I'd like to share with you another member of the compute family. Let's take a look.
Inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, no, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made. Throttle, victory is mine. Show you the harder the battle, harder I fight. I've come too far to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our product teams, our engineering teams, the folks at Qualcomm, and our ecosystem partners, I'd like to introduce you to the world's first 7 nanometer compute platform. It's hard. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Extreme Compute Platform, 8CX. Okay. All right, great. Okay, and now to tell us a little bit more about the product, I'd like to welcome to the stage Qualcomm Senior Director of Product Management, Miguel Nunez. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm not going to ask you how you're doing because I know you're all doing great. We're very excited to bring you the next chapter of our always on, always compute journey. We've packed a lot of amazing features into this mighty chip. The Snapdragon 8CX is the most extreme Snapdragon we have ever created. And what do we mean by extreme? Extreme performance, extreme battery life, and extreme connectivity. And as many of you know, we haven't been focused on synthetic benchmarks. We've been laser focused on user experiences and how do we bring these extreme features and how do they benefit the consumer. It's our biggest performance leap ever. And we're not talking about 10 to 20%, which people typically have for the next generation PC platform. We're talking multiple times in GPU, CPU, modem. We have higher frame rates, more transistors, better video, faster download. Everything is faster and better. And all of this while staying focused on user experiences. And you know, with any performance leap, there's always a concern about battery. Rest assured, amazing battery life and thermal efficiency remains key to the Snapdragon platform. We started this journey with 835. Sanjay talked a little bit about that. And actually, they were commercially launched here in Maui last year. For those of you who are present, you remember these platforms were launched here. At Computex in June, we launched the Snapdragon 850 platform. And the Snapdragon 850, we started to optimize for compute experiences and compute applications. And we did a lot of this by leveraging our mobile roadmap. The 8CX has been in the works for some time, and it takes this optimization to a whole new level. In fact, it has been built for the ground up for computing. It is a dedicated tier of Snapdragon in the compute portfolio. And to be clear, this will not replace the Snapdragon 850. It will coexist with the 850, introducing a new premium tier. And I talked about all this great performance improvement. Just to be clear, our core values haven't changed. When we started this journey, we wanted to bring the best of the smartphone to the PC. And we remain committed to that. Always on, always connected, which Sanjay talked about, just like your smartphone. Amazing battery life that lasts for days. And I know some of you have tried these devices, and you know how amazing the battery life is. Sleek designs, we don't need fans, right? All of our products are fanless. And the productivity of the Windows 10 OS. We've delivered on all of these promises, and we're taking this to a whole new level. And you know, you've heard this a few times over the past couple of days, mobile is now leading the process technology. And as Sanjay mentioned, this is our first 7-nanometer platform in a PC. And by PC, ladies and gentlemen, I mean a real PC that can do multitasking and productivity. It is a new tier in premium computing. Let's look at what premium computing means. You know, traditionally, when you look at premium computing, performance and battery life typically don't go together. Battery life is sacrificed as soon as you add performance. For the majority of users, peak performance isn't really that important. Sustained performance and performance that matters to real user experiences. And, you know, Travis mentioned this yesterday, our design philosophy at Qualcomm is a balance between battery and performance. Let's take a look at what's inside this extreme Snapdragon. We continue to carry forward a heterogeneous computing architecture. Very highly integrated design philosophy. A ton of new things have been packed into the 8CX. We're leveraging industry-leading technologies from our mobile chipsets, like the X24 modem, our Spectra ISP, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and other things. But we have also built technologies that have been purposely designed for compute, such as our GPU and CPU. Let's start with our monster GPU, ladies and gentlemen, the Adreno 680. The Adreno 680 is the most extreme GPU Qualcomm has ever built. It is 2 times the performance than our previous generation. And 3.5 times faster than the first PC we launched, the 835. Remember I said multiple times faster? It is 3.5 times faster than the first platform. It is our biggest graphics performance leap ever on the Snapdragon platform. And all of this, ladies and gentlemen, in less than 18 months. How is that for the pace of innovation in the PC industry? So earlier we talked about balancing performance and power. And with any power improvement of this magnitude, you would expect a huge impact to battery life. However, we've been able to achieve all of this performance boost without sacrificing battery. We've, in fact, improved the efficiency at 60% more efficient than the Snapdragon 850. That means for the same graphics workloads, the 8CX will actually consume less power than previous generations. It's not only our biggest performance leap ever, it's our biggest performance per watt leap ever on our GPUs. And we're up to 50% better in power efficiency compared to our competition. Let's look at this Adreno 680 in action. Here you will see the popular Asphalt 9 game from Gameloft, which has been ported to ARM64 and optimized for the Windows on Snapdragon platform to take advantage of this great performance and power efficiency that the Snapdragon platform delivers. Great graphics, great power, great thermal efficiency. So we talked about performance and power, but there's more. More new exciting graphics capabilities that you would expect in these kind of premium PCs. We have twice the transistors, twice the memory bandwidth, latest DX12 APIs, and we have extremely high efficiency decoders that use a fraction of the power versus our competition. Again, premium PC performance without sacrificing battery. Let's move on to our next extreme introduction. But before we get there, to recap, the Adreno 680 is the most extreme GPU we have ever created. Let's take a look at the Cryo 495 CPU dedicated to compute. It is the fastest CPU Qualcomm has ever built. We continue with an octa-core CPU design, which you've heard mentioned yesterday as well. 4 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. And you know, one of the things we have seen as we kind of enter the PC market, you know, the PC market was all very focused on on performance cores, very high performance cores. We have seen that this combined architecture of performance core and efficiency cores actually deliver great value in PCs. There are a lot of things that happen on your PC that don't need very high performance cores that consume a lot of power and generate a lot of heat. Remember, we're fanless. We've also increased the L3 cache and largest system cache. We have up to 10 megabytes of cache available on this platform for applications to use, which is going to result in better user experiences. And I'm sure you want to see, how does it compare? Let's get to it. Here you'll see a diagram showing kind of the performance, peak performance versus a competitive 15-watt solution. Does anybody want to guess who that is? Something like an i5 U-series type of product. That usually requires a fan. And we know that peak performance isn't something that is possible, sustained peak performance isn't possible in a thin and light form factor. Let's look at what's realistic in, a thin and light form factor is typically capable of handling about 7 watts, depends how you design the platform. Let's knock that down to 7 watts and see what it does. Here you see, ladies and gentlemen, the Snapdragon will deliver 2 times the sustained performance versus the competition in a true fanless thin and light platform. And all of this at a fraction of the power. And in order to do this, to deliver these great user experiences, we've also increased the memory density, memory bandwidth, 128-bit wide memory, and we've also introduced pro-level storage such as NVMe SSD, which is what you would expect in a premium tier computing solution. Now let's move on. Let's look at connectivity. In addition to supporting the industry's leading Wi-Fi and Bluetooth solutions, which you've all heard about over the past couple of days, the ATX also includes an integrated X24 LTE modem. This is the world's first compute platform with multi-gigabit LTE speeds. But just like any other performance metric, peak isn't all that matters. In a 4x4 configuration with 7 CA and 20 streams, the 8CX with the X24 will deliver up to 70% greater throughput in crowded condition and cell edging environments, which is a real-world use case. This is something our competitors cannot deliver. And with all these amazing performance boosts, we continue to have great battery life. In fact, we have stopped counting battery life in hours because it takes too long. We've started counting it in days. And we're not talking about local video playback. We're talking about real-world use cases. The product lasts for days. And another first is the Snapdragon 8CX platform will support Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4. In addition, we also support Qualcomm Acoustic, delivering premium hi-fi audio experience to PCs with great noise cancellation technologies, and supporting Qualcomm aptX, allowing you to use your favorite Bluetooth accessories that support aptX. And in addition to Cortana, we are also pleased to announce that we will be supporting Amazon Alexa Assistant on the Snapdragon platform. We've added multiple USB 3 ports, multiple PCIe 3rd generation ports, giving OEMs and partners flexibility to design different form factors with different peripherals. And another first for us, The HCX will support dual 4K external monitors. It is another first for the Snapdragon platform. This is something you would expect from a premium PC experience. Now, let's look and recap our performance versus the competition. And we decided to use a shot glass we're in Hawaii. So, on CPU, delivering competitive peak performance, but a fraction of the power. GPU, competitive GPU peak performance, again, at a fraction of our power, if you remember. LTE speeds, 2 gigabits per second. Competitor, not so much. Amazing battery life, lasts for days. Competitor, not days. Thermal efficiency, we do not like fans in our PCs. Fanless designs, competitor, they need a fan. And we show the process technology leadership with 7 nanometer. We've talked this a few times, competitors behind. We make the best mobile PC, and ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you'll enjoy the best cocktail at the luau tonight. And we have to talk about apps. We know you all want to hear about apps. We have made amazing progress over the last year. Earlier this year, Microsoft introduced the 64-bit SDK. In September, Qualcomm released the popular LLVM compiler supporting the Windows on Snapdragon platform. These developer tools will allow the ISVs to optimize their apps for Windows on Snapdragon platform. From productivity apps with Office, OneDrive, Skype, entertainment apps, we showed you Gameloft, VLC, native browser support, we're doing a lot of work to enable Chromium on the Windows on Snapdragon, of course, the Microsoft Edge browser. And there's just many more to mention. These apps can be found in the Windows Store or on the ISV websites. Let's take a look at Firefox. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce that we're working with Mozilla to optimize Firefox for the Snapdragon platform with an ARM64 version. Firefox is a very high-performance browser that is designed as a multi-processor solution that will take full advantage of the octa-core CPU design in the HCX. They open tabs and individual tabs on separate CPUs, providing for a much better user experience. The Firefox browser is also designed to take full advantage of the Adreno 680 CPU. It offloads significant page loading tasks to the Adreno CPU. And Mozilla as a company puts privacy and security at the forefront of their product strategy. We're very excited to have been working with Mozilla, and you will see the very high-performance Firefox browser available soon, optimized for the Windows on Snapdragon platform. Thank you. Thank you. There's more. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are thrilled to announce that the HCX platform will, for the first time, support Windows 10 Enterprise. Now, to tell you more about Windows 10 Enterprise and the modern workforce, I would like to welcome Aaron Chappell from Microsoft.
Thank you, Miguel. A lot has happened since you and I were on stage here last year detailing the product and the innovation behind the first wave of Windows on Snapdragon PCs. Indeed. As Sanjay mentioned before, we've seen Asus, HP, Lenovo bring us devices to market on these Qualcomm 835, Snapdragon 835 chipset. and Lenovo and Samsung are continuing to evolve the ecosystem with the second wave of devices built on the Snapdragon 850 chipset. And now we're working with partners on a new class of incredible devices built on the Snapdragon 8CX, which will provide business and consumers with a portfolio of devices that span price points, performance, and form factors. As you announced, with 8CX, all of these devices will be able to take advantage of Windows 10 Enterprise security, privacy, and ease of management. They're all top of mind for our customers today, especially as connectivity extends the boundary of the enterprise. Windows 10 Enterprise is the most secure version of Windows ever. And now enterprises can leverage the built-in security features with the support of the Snapdragon 8CX platform.
Yeah, indeed. The connectivity on the Snapdragon platform really extends the boundaries of the enterprise, as you said. What are the key areas enterprises need to focus on to be successful in this modern workplace?
Yeah, today's enterprise is really challenged to reimagine how they empower their users, how they engage customers, how they create new products and services, and optimize their operations all at the same time. And that is why we brought together Windows 10 Enterprise with Office 365 and Microsoft Enterprise Mobility and Security into a unified, cohesive platform that we call Microsoft 365. Well, Microsoft 365 works across a number of devices. The best way to experience it is with a connected PC.
Aaron, take us through a few ways in which the Snapdragon 8CX powered PCs will benefit from Microsoft 365.
Yeah. With Microsoft 365, we offer a universal toolkit for teamwork, giving people the right tools to work and the right tasks anywhere they are. Those include things like Outlook for email, SharePoint and OneDrive for file sharing, and Microsoft Teams for chat-based teamwork. And all of these applications and services are integrated and connected to one another to enable employees to work naturally across wherever they are, right? Move more fluidly between tasks versus having to interrupt their workflow. Now, creating tools for teamwork is the first step, but we know creativity can strike anywhere. And so our investments in AI and machine learning, backed by the cloud, which requires connectivity, make it easier for people to create high-impact content, automate routine tasks, and surface insights from data.
I can clearly see the benefits of Microsoft 365 on Snapdragon PC. Provides to the way employees work. What about benefits to IT?
Yeah, for sure. You know, the foundation of any enterprise is being secure. And the threat intelligence baked into Microsoft 365 is powered by the Microsoft Intelligence Security Graph, which applies cloud intelligence to the billions of signals we detect. We detect those signals by keeping more than 1 billion Windows devices up to date, by scanning over 400 billion emails for malware, and handling 450 billion authentications across our consumer and commercial services. Just the size and the diversity of signals coupled with the unique AI and machine learning tools generate unique insight into threats on a global scale that wouldn't be possible without the connection to the cloud. When we pair that with identity and access management, information protection, threat protection, and security management, you can rest assured that your employees are working on a modern platform with security at the forefront. We've also infused intelligence and analytics into the Microsoft 365 management experience, and potentially one of my favorites, with built-in connectivity, eSIM management, and then Windows Autopilot, IT admins can just ship a device directly to a user who converts a few simple questions, and the device is automatically configured with email, files, the applications deployed, and the IT security policies as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You touch on a bunch of great enterprise benefits. How does the Snapdragon 8CX with Microsoft 365 fit into Microsoft's larger worldview of especially on this modern workplace?
Yeah. Well, I think we know that by now, by 2020, more than 50% of the workforce will be millennials. And enterprises must really transform the boundaries of creativity and teamwork to meet the requirements of this generation. And they need to provide cloud-powered services and connected devices to give their employees instant collaboration from anywhere at any time. If you look at it, industries like healthcare, retail, energy, transportation, they're all transforming themselves to be more mobile and to meet their customers where they are. They have campuses that not only span acres, but cities. And they need secure and high-performance connectivity, not only for every employee, but for every machine and every sensor. An intelligent cloud, 5G, and intelligent edge devices like these new connected PCs will be the foundation of this digital transformation. And we firmly believe that connectivity is the backbone of the modern workplace, enabling productivity anywhere and everywhere. And so, Miguel, when we combined our Microsoft 365 services, our Azure platform, AI, and Windows 10 Enterprise with Qualcomm and the Snapdragon 8CX platform, we can really move the industry forward to help our customers with their digital transformation and to leverage all of the great 5G investments now and ahead.
Aaron, thank you for the continued partnership. We look forward to bringing an amazing enterprise experience. Our road to enterprise has just begun, and all these great features that Microsoft has, we'll be able to take advantage of on the 8CX compute platform. Thank you, Aaron.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miguel.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, awesome, great new stuff. Windows Enterprise is going to change the way enterprises use devices with the Snapdragon 8CX. Next, I'm pleased to announce somebody else on the stage, Mark Gentile, Chief Architect from Symantec. Thank you, Mark.
Hi, Miguel. How are you?
Good. How are you, Mark?
Great. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and let me start with saying how excited we are at Symantec to partner with Qualcomm on the Snapdragon compute platform and the always connected PC. We're just delighted to be here with you at this event. And I'd first like to share some personal experience on Snapdragon, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely.
So about 4 weeks ago, I personally made the switch to a Snapdragon-powered, always connected PC for my personal machine.
Good move, Mark. Good move.
Yes, yes. And it's an understatement to say that how impressed I am. This rocks. I have never experienced an always-on connected device that is as performant and responsive. Battery life is just incredible. And the resume time, I think, is my favorite. You open the lid, and that thing is there, and you're ready to work. And of course, it's always connected. So, I would like to congratulate Qualcomm and Microsoft and the hardware partners for the incredible work on delivering in this experience. This has raised the bar, in my opinion, for what an endpoint computing experience should be. So let's give it up for Qualcomm, Microsoft, and its hardware partners.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. We always love to hear from our satisfied consumers. And if you go out and buy one of these devices, you'll be satisfied too.
Yeah.
Mark, tell us how Symantec sees computing environment changing.
Sure. So being in the endpoint protection group, it's important for us to understand the evolution of the endpoint. What's going on? What are some of the advances so we can provide the best protection? And if you look at where endpoints have come over the past few years, it is really incredible. First we have these new modern compute platforms like Snapdragon, which is awesome. But the operating systems also have evolved. Microsoft has done an incredible job at modernizing and modularizing Windows with one core so that we're able to realize a full Windows experience on these new compute platforms. But it's more than that. There are easier and more secure ways to authenticate with your device. Facial recognition, fingerprint sensor, just incredible. And the always-on hyperconnectivity, 4G LTE today, but 5G tomorrow, which I cannot wait for, and of course Wi-Fi, means that no longer do you have to stumble and find a way to connect to work, right? And public app stores is a concept that has been borrowed from kind of the mobile paradigm, has really transformed the way that users acquire applications and digital content. And so, and apps, there's apps for everything, and we all love our apps, right? And of course, these apps are powered by the cloud. And AI-based assistants, right?
Yep.
That are extensible with skills, and apps can actually add new skills to what the AI assistant can respond to. There's so many incredible advances on an endpoint today. And of course, sensors that can power contextual experiences. And of course, everything is provisioned, updated, and powered by the cloud. So this, in our view, is the modern endpoint. And of course, Symantec is the world's leading enterprise security company. We're hyper-focused on providing the best protection for these connected, cloud-centric endpoints, something that we call the cloud generation.
Mark, yes, there's a lot of synergies here with a Snapdragon-powered PC, always on, always connected. Tell us more about what Symantec is enabling on the Snapdragon platform.
Sure. So we're going to introduce something that's part of our complete endpoint defense. It's called Symantec Endpoint Cloud Connect Defense. And it's really focused towards these connected, cloud-centric experiences and devices. And so it really includes 3 initial feature sets. The first is something that we call network integrity, which actively evaluates and determines and assures that the network that you're connected to is free of threats, something pretty valuable. And this is something that is typically a blind spot for people, right? Because these attackers are getting more creative too. And they're kind of going upstream, and they're trying to attack the path. And so we, with network integrity, we can give that assurance. And it doesn't stop with just detection, because if you can't do anything about it, what good is it, right? So we have something called Smart VPN, which also includes another feature that we call selective resource protection. And Smart VPN is about responding to and turning on an active VPN tunnel whenever needed for protection and privacy. And we can also redirect traffic for more advanced security cases up to our web security service in the cloud for more advanced network and web-based protection and compliance. And the last initial feature of Cloud Connect Defense is UEM integration. UEM stands for Unified Endpoint Management. And so UEM integration provides an automated way for enterprise and business customers to deploy our Cloud Connect Defense agent, which is the Symantec agent, to cloud-connected devices and Windows on Snapdragon devices and other devices. And we have, and the agent is deployed directly from the Microsoft Store. And we have partners like Workspace ONE, with VMware Workspace ONE, which is one of the integrations we support, and upcoming Microsoft Intune, to really help automate and facilitate the management of our security technology on these new modern endpoints.
That's fantastic. Symantec is a very comprehensive solution for the enterprise.
Yes, thank you. And it's all part of what we call our complete endpoint defense story and solution. And so complete endpoint defense includes what we just talked about, which is Cloud Connect Defense, but it also includes our premier SEP15 endpoint protection. And that provides things like anti-malware and exploit protection and device control and IPS and a variety of other things. And we have clever ways to do detection. For example, we can determine whether there's a process on your machine that's doing things that, for example, enumerating high privilege accounts with an attempt to laterally move, right, or learn more about the environment. So Threat Defense for Active Directory provides protection against these anomalous behaviors around Active Directory operations. And then we have deception, which is a way which we could deploy baits, interesting artifacts on the endpoint, and if we see a process which appears to be good, attacking these baits, then we know that's another form of detection. And then all of our remediations and countermeasures can kick in. And of course, we support EDR, and then we have something that we call application isolation and app control, which has this concept of castles and jails. Castles protect the good within. Jails keep the bad within, right? So we have a variety of these technologies, including the ones I highlighted on Cloud Connect Defense, web protection, vulnerability assessment, and application insight. This is all part of our complete endpoint defense solution, and we're proud to be partnering with Qualcomm on the Snapdragon.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. We're excited to be working with Symantec on the Snapdragon platform and bringing these great enterprise features to the Windows on Snapdragon platform. Thank you very much, Mark.
Great. Thank you, Miguel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're very excited, bringing the Snapdragon platform to the enterprise. Now people in the enterprise can just benefit from all the great battery life, great performance, and great connectivity the Snapdragon platform brings to consumers. And it doesn't stop there. The enterprise has a lot of applications. We're working with a broad range of ISVs to optimize and make their products work on the Snapdragon platform for the enterprise. For example, folks like VMware, who have optimized Workspace ONE to run on the Snapdragon platform. In summary, very excited. I hope you're as excited as I am. The next chapter in our compute journey, the 8CX, extreme performance, extreme battery life, and extreme connectivity, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to these products in the market and everybody enjoying everything the Snapdragon platform delivers. I would like to welcome Sanjay back on stage.
Hey, great. Thank you, Miguel. Cheers. All right. So, thank you. You've learned a lot about the Snapdragon 8CX, the speeds and feeds. And, in the last 18 months, we have gone through an incredible journey. Again, our engineering, our product teams, our ecosystem partners, from the 835 to the 8CX, we've improved in CPU, GPU, audio, the connectivity, the apps ecosystem, the channel. It's growing. And this journey will continue. I'd like to introduce to the stage probably one of my toughest customers that we have in the compute group. I'd like to introduce the CIO and SVP at Qualcomm, Mary Gendron. Welcome.
All right. Thank you, Sanjay. Hi, everyone. The modern workforce is changing. As a CIO at Qualcomm, one of my primary accountabilities is to ensure that I'm creating and deploying solutions that make our workforce the most effective, productive, secure, and capable workforce. When I think about what's happening, I watch that technology landscape all the time. I have to make sure Qualcomm's using all the great technologies and solutions out there to keep our competitive edge. Well, I'm pleased to say that kind of brings me to the always-on, always-connected PC. What do I like about this, and what do we like about this? You know what? It stands out. 3 characteristics stand out in terms of the device. The connectivity, LTE connectivity. People want to work always on, everywhere they want to work. I've heard a term being used here over the week, and it's a term that people are saying, the mobile workforce. Do you agree with me? That's a little bit old. Isn't everybody mobile today? That's an everybody term. That's an old term. We got to bring that workforce to life, right? So we've got the connectivity. Secondly, we have the battery life. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you would be shocked to see the number of power cords we buy at Qualcomm. You get up, you go, you're in a customer conference room. Oh, I left it in the customer conference room. Oh gosh, I was at the hotel, forgot to unplug my battery plug. Oh my God, I ran out of the office quick to catch my flight, left my battery cord, my power cord back, right? My power cord back. You guys, extended battery life is important. We don't want to have to think about that power cord, dragging it around. Fabulous stuff. And the portability that this device provides is also critically important. You know, the lightweight, ease of use, and the ruggedness, along with the ruggedness, is essentially important. Now, one of the best things about working in Qualcomm IT is that we get to be the test bed for our Qualcomm engineers. They're the inventors, and then we offer testing their inventions in the solution, right, as a solution. So what I like to say to people is, you know, in Qualcomm, we don't make dog food. We don't eat our own dog food. We drink our own champagne. So now let's go to what that brings me to. We are thrilled to be launching a pilot for the Qualcomm Enterprise with the always-on, always-connected PC. 3 things that I'm going to be watching for as we are doing this pilot, which are essentially critical to any enterprise CIO. Security. If anybody tells you that that's not top of mind for every CIO out there, you're not talking to the right CIO. Ensuring that the enterprise stack that we've selected as being the best to support the security needs of Qualcomm is first and foremost a top priority. Device management. We have a large fleet. More than 30,000 Qualcomm employees. That's a lot of assets. That's a lot of devices out there. How are we managing those? How are we keeping an eye on that investment? How are we keeping an eye on the connection of those devices? What's the supportability of those devices? How do we make sure that they have the best patch or the best integrity of that machine all the time? Right? We're going to measure that, and we're going to look at that. And lastly, most importantly, business applications, that ecosystem. It's just a brick, it's just a box, it's just a thing until you put on the business applications that we need to run our productive and efficient workforce. So I'm really excited about the progress that our team has seen in terms of that ecosystem. It is growing fast. I mean, just when we started designing this pilot, just recently, it was a very small ecosystem of apps, and it's grown very quickly since that time. So I'm really excited about being here. We want to be part of the solution. We want to show and prove the practicality and the fit of this device in the enterprise. I'm looking forward to providing that valuable feedback to the product marketing team, product management team, and then and who better than Qualcomm IT to be that test bed. So needless to say, I'm excited, and I'm thrilled to be on the journey. Just imagine 5G. We're ready. We're ready for 5G. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary. Cheers. All right, thank you, Mary. And again, one of my toughest customers, and several quarters in the making. It's fantastic that we're going to start drinking more champagne at work, as Mary talks about. But multiple hundreds of people in this trial, spanning across the globe, multiple levels of users in engineering, in finance, in sales, and product marketing, et cetera. We're going to have a very diverse trial within the company spanning over several quarters. So really looking forward to the progress, the onboarding, so really working out. So we've heard from several ecosystem partners. We've heard about why Qualcomm's investing, the OS partner, application partner, and who better to hear from next but one of our direct customers enabling products in the ecosystem. With that, I'd like to welcome Matt Barita, Vice President, Global Consumer Marketing from Lenovo. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, Sanjay. Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to be here to celebrate technology and all the amazing things that it's been able to do for people's lives. Technology is all around us, and it's helping our lives on an everyday basis to keep driving us forward, to be able to push new boundaries and to find new solutions that customers can experience and be able to take themselves forward to explore new grounds. At Lenovo, everything we do starts with the customer. Understanding is, what are they trying to do with the device? What is it that they want it to do? How does that work into the rest of their overall life? From there, we try and take a very customer-centric view, build from that customer, understand those elements, gain those insights, and then from that, we're able to drive innovation to make sure that we deliver on the best user experience. And then from there, expand on their potential to be able to have more productivity and just more fun. Partners like Qualcomm is really key to us on this journey. They help us to solve complex problems and bring amazing new experiences to our users. By working together, Lenovo as the #1 PC manufacturer in the world, and Qualcomm as a leader in computing and connectivity, together we're able to meet the needs quicker than by trying to do it on our own. It's that collaboration that allows us to push technology at a much faster pace so that new experiences are coming to market all the time. We've worked together with Qualcomm on a number of different categories, whether that be the Moto G3 with the new 5G mod, hopefully all of you were able to experience just this week, or whether that be with a Mirage Solo, it's a standalone VR headset. We also have our Mix 630, a detachable tablet that's able to offer productivity in new ways. And of course, just this holiday season, we announced our Lenovo Smart Display, being able to penetrate a new category and leveraging voice assistants to be able to offer people new experiences. All this is possible with the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform and that collaboration that we have to be able to bring new technology and new experiences to life. One of our recent engagements was on the Lenovo Yoga C630 with Windows on Snapdragon. This device is transformative in the way that it works. This was launched at IFA and has already won 3 different industry awards. It's a transformative device in that it brings the power and productivity of a laptop, and it combines that with the always connected nature of a smartphone without any sacrifice in battery life. So now you're able to have a device that you're able to sit down with, work, be productive, do spreadsheets. You can sit down, you can game. You can throw it into tablet mode, be able to sit down and kick back and relax, watch something on Netflix, enjoy. The Yoga C630 with the multi-day battery life on a single charge changes the way in which we work with our devices. No longer am I running around for power cords. I now have something that's going days as I travel around. And unfortunately, I travel too much as is. So I need these type of devices, these devices that are unlocking new potentials. But it's through this collaboration with Qualcomm in the Snapdragon 850 that all this has been possible. As technology keeps getting smarter, more intuitive, more immersive, where is the future of computing headed? I believe PCs will be no exception to the intelligent transformation going on around us. In that computing will continue to evolve. It'll move from just being a personalized experience to being a smarter PC. We look at 5 key components in what's going to be driving this new smart PC that'll be coming to market. The first is natural language integration at both work and at home. Now you'll be able to get more done by simply speaking. You're not going to be strained to be able to have to sit down at a keyboard to be able to get things done. With voice assistants, you'll be able to leverage in the workplace, device elements such as Cortana to be able to make appointments, while you're standing up at the whiteboard trying to scribble some notes. You'll also be able to extend your smart home with Alexa, all by simply using your voice. Sorry. The second key component will be an always connected mobility, where integrated LTE enabled by 5G makes instant, always-on connectivity a reality on your computer. So that now you're always connected, regardless of where you are. Whether you're here in Hawaii, whether you're sitting in the airport, whether you've made your way to your home, you're always able to be connected. You're always sitting down with the latest in your emails, the latest information ready to go. Never hit pause again when you're trying to download a movie or a file or a big presentation as you head off to an event. So now whether you're in the office, a coffee shop, whether you're taking the train on your daily commute, it doesn't matter where your laptop is physically and where you are. There's nothing that's going to be able to prevent you from staying connected. That is a game changer. That modifies the way in which we work, where now I'm instantly always on. I'm sitting down, I'm connecting, I'm ready to go out of the gate. No more waiting for replications, no more waiting to be able to get connected, finding Wi-Fi passwords while I'm sitting in the United Lounge. I'm opening it up and I'm ready to go. The third element gets to AI optimization, where computer vision and machine learning are integrated into the device. So now I'm able to use technology like IR cameras so that if I look away from my device, the screen is instantly going to go dark, so I no longer have to worry about people looking over my shoulder to see what I'm working on. Or a laptop that learns and gets smarter by automatically adapting the settings to save you power. So it's going to learn what type of things that I like to do with my device, whether maybe that's for me, maybe that's gaming, maybe that's watching a movie, or whether that's just sitting down and being productive. The machine is going to learn and how I use this device, what are the stresses that I put on this device, and it's going to optimize the battery life automatically for me, making it easier and giving me a better experience. The fourth element is advanced security and privacy. This is, of course, a balance by trying to be faster, easier to be able to connect, while also providing reliable security and privacy. That delicate balance between those two is a very challenging element where I want a secure device. I want to make sure if I lose my device, my photos, my files, my information is not out there for the world. But I also want something that makes it quick and easy for me to be able to connect. The last element is around a seamless cloud connection. Cross-collaboration and productivity are key as we go forward. No longer can we let that be defined by what time zone am I working in, what geography am I tied to. We're part of a world where there's a very remote workforce. And with 5G, the growth of 5G and this rising, growing remote workforce, we need to be able to provide faster access to the cloud. Faster access, so no matter where I am, we're able to connect. We're able to be productive. We're able to get done whatever it is that we want. Whether that be something personal, if I want to be able to stream video between us, I want to be able to connect, or I want to be able to work on files with you. I have team members all around the world. I need to be able to sit and look at a document with them, make modifications on the fly so that we can wrap it up and move on to the next task. Our world is not slowing down, it's only getting faster, and we need machines like the Yoga C630 that are going to be able to help us drive to this smarter world, to help us to be more mobile, to be more productive, so we can take advantage of that time that we have. Currently in the marketplace, devices may have 1 to 2 of these key features, but we believe a smart PC will have all 5 of these, bringing together natural language integration, always connected mobility, AI optimization, advanced security and privacy, and a seamless cloud connection. Those attributes will be things that we'll be bringing to PCs that you aren't able to experience today. Those attributes bringing us to a new generation of computing. So to close, intelligent transformation, we believe, is something that's going to permeate every category in which we play. Personalized computing, the generation of personalized computing is really over, and there's a new era beginning with the smart PC. This new generation is going to allow us to be able to save time. It's going to allow faster connections and going to provide more mobility for all of our lives to be able to experience, to allow us to get more done, to take more enjoyment out of life by being able to be productive when we need to, and to be able to have more fun when we want to do that as well. The key to this is we think there's two keys to this. One is going to be listening to our customers. Being customer-centric as Lenovo is core to what we do. Understanding their needs, continuing to innovate around those so we can bring better experiences to the market. The second part is, of course, working with partners like Qualcomm to be able to innovate faster, collaborating, pushing each other, challenging each other to be able to get to a better place. That is what partnership is all about, and that's what we're really excited about in the relationship that we have with Qualcomm. We're excited about the future of smart PCs and how that's going to be able to change mobility and connectivity. And we'll have more details on this when we get to CES. There's an exciting future ahead of us, and we look for all of you to take part in that with us as we bring new technology, new amazing experiences to market. So I thank all of you for your attention, and I look forward to being able to speak with you later after the event. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Matt. And thanks for the great partnership that we have with Lenovo. Just a couple more slides as we wrap up the first part of this presentation on day 3. So we've talked about why Qualcomm's investing, and we've talked about why we're positioned well for success. We've heard about our new Qualcomm Snapdragon 7nm purpose-built 8CX. We've heard from many members of the ecosystem of how they're going to help enable this always-on, always-connected device to flourish. And so now it's about fanning out for scale, driving the channels, whether they're online, retail, or offline. We've gone from a wave 1 of multiple hundred points of sale to now multiple thousand points of sale in the channel. New use cases, applications continue to come online. We started with consumer. As you can see, we're moving to enterprise as well, with both the performance capability, the application ecosystem, the OS system partners to go drive it. We now have multiple tiers of product solutions on our roadmap to do this. It's a super exciting time for us at Qualcomm and the PC Compute Group, and I look forward to continuing the journey. And so I can't go up here and end this discussion without talking about 5G. We've heard over the last couple of days the tremendous progress the ecosystem and Qualcomm has made in driving 5G and enabling 5G. And you know what? Just to be clear, 5G is coming to this form factor. It's coming. Here's an example, and you'll see it in 2019. So with that, thanks everybody for attending day 3. And we have another part of the program coming up. Cheers. Oh, I'd like to actually welcome back Don McGuire to give you the logistics and next steps for the rest of the day. Thank you. Thanks, Don.
Well, hello again, everybody. Wow, what a great 3 days this has been. I hope you've all enjoyed it. You know, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, thank goodness, day 3. And then I looked at my phone and I saw all these WhatsApp messages from the team saying, kill it, bring it, it's day 3. And I said, you know what? I sat up in bed and said, you know what? It's day 3. And got re-energized and even more excited for today and the news that we had to share with you all. And I hope you've, again, been surprised and delighted by what you've heard today. It was just 3 years ago. For me, 1 month into my tenure at Qualcomm, the team met with Pete and I and said, hey, we have an idea for a little event to announce our next generation Snapdragon platform. So on a cold day, a windy day, in New York City, about 40 members of the media, mostly from the US, and analysts, and about 10 to 15 Qualcommers, sat in a cool little gallery in Chelsea and announced the Snapdragon 835. I think we had like bagels and coffee. We gave away a little travel kit. No live stream, no Mai Tais. And, and today I stand in front of you on a beautiful island of Maui, year 3, with a new set of stats to share. 331 of you making the journey from over 30 countries around the world. As of about a couple minutes ago, I think I got a WhatsApp on my watch that we're killing it again on the live stream today. Thousands of stories told by you all about what you heard, what you learned, and what you thought. 5G experiences brought to life in a way that has never been demonstrated before. A super dragon unleashed, ready for a 5G world. And our Snapdragon taken to the always-on, always-connected extreme. Over 1,000 Mai Tais consumed, some more by others than others, and a generous amount of sunscreen applied. Again, some more liberally than others, as I can see some of the red faces out in the crowd. On behalf of everyone at Qualcomm, especially the always creative, always dedicated Qualcommers on the ground here in Maui and back at home who work tirelessly to pull this off, and the thousands of Qualcomm engineers worldwide who innovate and invent breakthrough technologies every day that land at the heart of the devices people love, I want to say thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and see you next year. Thanks a lot, everybody.